Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, y'all, it happens on cue. An immigrant just pops up out of nowhere, and the Black Americans that are living rent-free in their heads won't let them be. This time, this Jamaican woman is leveling her jealousy of Black Americans in the form of a rant. In her distorted mind, Black Americans complain too much. So this is a Jamaican woman, and take a listen.
And Black American people, can y'all please stop talking about what the white man is doing to hold y'all down?
So right away, what she's doing is just laughable. This is a Jamaican runner in the United States trying to lecture Black Americans. And just for the record, we're going to continue to say whatever we want to say to and about white Americans. We're talking to white Americans. We've been here with these people for 400 or 500 years. We're not like Jamaicans. We are Americans. It's our job to speak to and about white Americans. And it's not your job to lecture us. It's your job to figure out how we have become the wealthiest, the healthiest, the best educated, the best connected, and the most influential African descended people on the planet with the highest standard of living, a standard of living that you want and that you had to run here where we are to get. You are the last person on the face of this earth that needs to be trying to lecture Black Americans.
I got friends who couldn't afford tissue growing up, so they used to go in the bush and use a leaf to wipe their doo-doo, their shit. Where are they from? Country, Jamaica. And all of them just bought their girl Benzes this year. Wait, I don't know if all of them was wiping their doo-doo with leaf, but all of them came from nothing and all of them got their girls Benzes this year. And it's not about the Benz or the bags.
If y'all don't stop telling these immigrant ass lies, you better. Y'all gotta stop these rag to riches lies. We don't even believe this shit anymore. You are working however many jobs you have to work to buy that lace front or whatever kind of wig you got on, riding around one. I guess you want everybody to see that little car, probably some little cheap car you bought. Y'all ain't impressing nobody. We're used to cars. We're used to bags. We're used to designer bags. We're used to all of this. Nobody's impressed with these rag to riches lies that y'all tell, so you might as well stop telling them.
The point is, life in other countries is harder than it is in America. Immigrants come here and have it harder than you as an American, and they still make it happen. They buy more land than you.
That's another immigrant ass lie. Black Americans own more than 3 million acres of land in the United States. Immigrants do not own that much property in the United States. Stop the lying. And why are you buying land in the United States? Why don't you buy land in Jamaica? Oh, I know why. Because you can't. Because the Chinese and the Indians and everybody else has bought your land and run you out of your country. And now you're here bragging about what you're doing in America. Again, stop the lies.
And they don't even go here. They're not from here. And you still talk about what got taken from you during slavery? I know Grabberleaf owns a jet. A man that is not from your country owns a jet in your country. And you talking about what the white man did to you still if you don't.
Does she sound crazy to anybody but me? This sounds crazy to me. And what is she talking about, a Jack? I don't know what that means. The only Jack's I know is a Jack's hamburger franchise. I don't know what she's talking about. There are over 11,000 Black millionaires in Atlanta alone. 25% of the millionaires in Washington, D.C. are Black. There are more Black American millionaires than the millionaires that you would put together in Africa, the Caribbean, Europe, and anywhere else in the world. There is no competition. We don't talk about our riches. They brag about a job. They brag about a fake degree. We don't brag about those things because it's unnecessary. But I'll tell you what all of this is about. These Black immigrants are mad because Black Americans have put up the gate and said we're gatekeeping our culture and you are not a part of our reparations claim. Now, that's what this is all about. In New York, they tried to slide the Africans and the Caribbeans in on the Black Americans' reparations claim. And the Black Americans in New York said, nothing doing. You are not a part of our reparations claim. You were not enslaved in the United States of America. You were enslaved. Your ancestors were enslaved in Jamaica. Go to England to get your reparations. So everybody wants to get in on the reparations claim on being Black. So reparations is not about you being Black. Reparations is about being enslaved, about your ancestors being enslaved in America and not being paid for their labor. That's what the reparations is about. It's not for you coming to the United States and being pulled over by the police. You were not enslaved in the United States of America. Your reparations should come from England. That's who you need to be petitioning. Jamaica is still a part of the British Commonwealth. They're still running the economy in Jamaica. So why would they want to be a part of our justice claim in the United States of America just because they migrate to the United States? America doesn't owe Jamaicans anything. They need to go to the right source. Now, that's what this is all about. When you shake it down to a cob, that's what this is about. They've been riding our coattails for so long that they didn't realize that that free ride was going to come to an end. So if I had to guess, I would say that's part of it because Black Americans are putting their foot down and saying, no, we're putting the gate up. We're going to advocate for ourselves and ourselves alone. You're on your own. Go home and get with CARICOM to get what you deserve.
And girls, I hate when you say I had to become a stripper. I had to sell pum pum because life was hard. I'm a Jamaican woman. I chose to stand up in the hot sun and sell water to get capital to start my business.
This woman is a complete joke. She clearly lives in a degenerate culture of poverty. She's living around a lot of poor people, and a lot of those people are probably immigrants like herself. But I want to put her up on a little bit of game about Black American women. So here's some useful information, and it is from Wells Fargo, a lending institution. Black American women are one of the fastest growing entrepreneur groups in the entire country. So there's that. Black American women now lead over 2 million businesses in the United States. Black American women saw the largest year-over-year increase in the number of firms in 2024 alone. Revenue surged 80.8% from 2019 to 2024. Black American women generated nearly $100 billion in revenue from 2019 to 2023. Stop playing with us, lady. Go home and make something out of yourself in your own country.
I can go back home and see what real hard life is. So I'm grateful for every opportunity I have in this country. And many of us successful immigrants, we didn't have food stamps, Section 8, none of that. And we got more than you in your country. So stop talking about what the white man is doing to hold you down. You're holding yourself down with your mindset. You're unstoppable, king and queen. They can't hold you down. Fuck.
Sweetheart, you sound ridiculous. We don't need a lecture from you. If you can do so much in the United States and you're that powerful here, why don't you go home and recreate that? You can't do it because you people act like children. You're down there in Jamaica twerking and doing all kinds of perverted and ignorant stuff, wiping your ass, as you said, with leaves and banana peels and scraping your asses with coconut shells and not behaving like adults. You should be trying to build bridges with the people that are running your country, the British people. In the United States of America, we've had to build bridges to white people, and they have built bridges to us. Together, we have worked together with these white people, whether we wanted to or not. That is why Black Americans are more successful than all of y'all. And you will never reach the level that we are because you don't have the intellect that we have. You don't have the heart that we have. You don't have the spirit that we have. You don't have the ability to communicate and speak truth to power that we have. The reason that we have the agency that we have is because we have built bridges to white people. We have utilized our skills. And they have utilized our skills. And together, we built this empire. And y'all can't do anything down there in Jamaica because you behave like children. And we don't need a lecture from you. You need to be listening to us. You don't have anything to offer us. Again, you people need to stop acting like children and start speaking to the people that are running your country. The British Crown and the British Commonwealth is still running your country. And y'all don't know how to build bridges and get things done for yourselves. That's why the Chinese and the Indians and everybody else can come down there and take over your beaches, take over your communities, take over your land and all of your resources because you behave like children. And you're in the United States where Black Americans have had to behave like adults. That's the difference. We have done what the Bible has said to do. Look out for the less fortunate. The strong should bear the infirmities of the weak. And that is what we do in Black America. That is why we have food stamps and SNAP benefits. And those benefits, by the way, were put in place for white people, not Black people. So you're really talking about white people because they receive the most of that, and the Somalis, not Black Americans. So again, you're off course. Again, behaving like a child. But Black Americans have had to behave like adults. And because we have been strong and because we have behaved like adults, we don't begrudge the ones among us that are weak. We don't begrudge the ones that are marginalized who might need the services of the government. And all of you immigrants are coming over here getting these services too. But Black Americans are not getting the majority of those services. I just thought I would throw that in. But we don't begrudge our people getting food stamps or housing vouchers or whatever they need when they are infirmed or when they're weak. Because all of us did not handle the tragedy that we went through the same. Some of us are stronger than others, and the strong bears the infirmities of the weak. We don't look down on them and talk about them and scorn them because they might have mental illness or some kind of disability. We don't do that as Black Americans because, again, we behave like adults and not children. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.